Okay, so now I know that you've heard about driving for dollars, but have you heard of driving for dollars on steroids? Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin Knupp here with another video, and today I think I just made up a new term and I wanted to share it with you guys today in today's video. So, if you don't know what driving for dollars is, basically driving for dollars is where you go drive around and you find houses that are kind of distressed, they have some sort of code violation going on, and then you try to get in contact with the property owner, whether it be through knocking on the door, looking on the county records, or even skip tracing the address and maybe even sending them a postcard to their billing address, and just trying to get a hold of the seller. And so with this, you're going to be able to find some properties that aren't on any sort of list or anything like that, and maybe they're just long lost sellers, and if you just pursue them enough, you'll eventually find the seller and be able to get in contact with them and go out there and basically do a deal off of driving. And then driving, you're going to be driving for dollars. That's kind of how driving for dollars works. But anyways, so what I got for you guys is kind of like a super targeted way to drive for dollars and know exactly where you're looking instead of just driving around randomly and just trying to find random houses. And so now, will the strategy work better? I really don't know. But I'm going to give you guys a solid way to basically find an address and then be able to go knock on the door, see if the seller's there, and then just try to get in contact with them. Instead of just driving aimlessly, you just go over to this one property address and you should be able to find the house. So basically what you're going to be doing is going into the courthouse or the county assessor, or basically go into the county and ask for different high motivation lists. And so what is a high motivation list? It's usually some sort of list that would kind of point towards people that are motivated to sell their house at a discount. So usually what this consists of is like a tax delinquency list, code violations list. What else they got? They got a whole bunch of different lists, like vacancy lists. I can't even think of all of them off the top of my head. There's a few of them. And so with these lists, go in there and ask for the different lists. Just try to get the tax delinquency, try to get the probates, try to get the code violations, so on and so forth. And what you're going to do is get all these lists and kind of just see which addresses are on multiple different lists. And then with those people that you're going to find on all these different lists, they're going to be super motivated because they have more than one reason for them to sell their house. They got code violations, tax delinquency, they may be a probate, they may be vacant, absentee owner, whatever it may be. And with all these different combination reasons of why they would be motivated, these people are going to be extremely motivated to sell their house because they probably have a lot of people trying to contact them to get their money back or have them pay more in taxes or whatever it may be. And so now this may not work for every county as far as the price goes. I would like to say that it's free, which in my county it's free, but for majority of people it may cost a little bit to get these lists. I really don't know. You're gonna have to go out there and find out yourself. Just go into the courthouse, go into the county, and ask for these different lists and see if they can get these lists to you. Now, one of the biggest things, whenever you're getting any sort of list from the county, if they don't know what you're talking about, go back in another day and ask again. Go in there, ask like 5 to 7 times, and then until they finally oh yeah, it's right here. That usually is the case for whenever it comes to these types of lists. So if they don't know what you're talking about, which it happens to a lot of people, just keep going in and asking different people. Just go to different offices, ask as many people as possible, and just be very persistent, and you should be able to find somebody that you can talk to. On top of that, if you can go and build relationships with like the courthouse and some of these other different offices, that should help you out a lot, especially in the long run. If you just go out there and pitch to them that, hey, I'm going to help you guys pay off, get some of the taxes back that haven't been paid in a while. And then on top of that, I'm going to be helping out these sellers and getting rid of, helping out their problem with this property. And with this, if you really pitch through the value inside of what you're trying to do for the community, the county, whatever it may be, the seller, just people in general, usually the courthouse is going to be all about helping you out because nobody really does that. And so if you really pitch this value, you're going to be able to get these different lists that a lot of people aren't able to get a hold of. And the harder it is for you to get a list, usually the more value that's going to be inside of that list. You're going to find more motivated sellers that nobody's ever talked to. And with that, you're going to be able to make more money. You're going to be able to help out more people. And it's just going to be a great experience in a sense, especially if you're getting started. So that way you can start making money very quickly. So really what this breaks down to, instead of just aimlessly driving around trying to find people, what you can do is just get a bunch of different lists, combine them, and basically just try to find where the duplicates are and figure out how many different duplications there are and just rank them. The more duplications there are of different lists, the same address, same name, or whatever it may be on different lists, give them a scale, like some sort of rating, maybe like 1 to 5. 5 is the highest motivated seller because they're on 5 different lists, and 1 is they're just on one list. Just try to come up with some sort of scoring method. And with this, you will be able to figure out who's extremely motivated. And when you figure out who's extremely motivated, you're going to have to talk to less people because you're going to be able to find the motivated sellers a lot quicker. Because majority of the people, they're just trying to find sellers in general. And when you just talk to a bunch of sellers, it's usually pretty low numbers as far as who's motivated and who isn't. And with that, you can go out there and do deals very quickly. And this is especially nice for those of you that are beginners. Because if you're a beginner, you're just trying to get a deal done as soon as possible. So that way you can learn the whole system just through doing. And then on top of that, reinvest that money back into the business. So this works especially well because you can find a deal quickly. And you don't have to spend necessarily any money to do so. Maybe a little bit to just try to find the phone number or who the person is that owns this property, whatever it may be. Or maybe it may be very time intensive. But it's going to be way cheaper than any other marketing strategy, which majority of marketing strategies is just kind of like a shotgun approach. You just try to talk to as many people as possible, and then out of that, you just play it as a numbers game. Where in this situation, it is a numbers game, but the numbers are more on your side, and it's a lot easier to get results. So with this, you guys really have no excuses. If you don't know what you're doing as far as wholesaling, I got other videos on this channel. If you watch towards the end of this video, I will give you guys access to like a little 3-part series that's on YouTube, 100% free. It's going to have 3 videos, and it's going to show you step by step exactly what you have to do to go out there and do a deal through real estate wholesaling. And if you still have questions, hit me up on Instagram or watch I've like over 200 videos on my channel. So you don't really have any excuses. Go out there and do a deal. Also, big recommendation, which I've been doing a lot, I've talked about it in previous videos, is if you're trying to learn something new, if you have a lot to do, write it all down. So what I use is like a notepad, and I'm not going to show you the other side, but I write everything down on this notepad, and then when I do that, I'd see exactly what I have to do. Like, oh, I just need to check this one off. Oh, I need to check this one off. Oh, I need to add this and this into it. And when it's in writing, I don't know. It's just something about when it's in writing, it gets done. That's why I try to move things off the computer as much as possible when it comes to ideas and concepts and things to do. So that way I kind of just like see them in my face, and then there's something about writing it down. It just ingrains in your head that, hey, I need to get all this stuff done. And so with that, you guys, like I said, you have no excuses. Go out there, do a deal. Hit me up when you do a deal, and let's help you do more deals. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching today's video. If you want to see more content like this, like I was talking about earlier, where I talk about wholesaling a lot, hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you smash that notification bell because I upload every day. And I want to make sure that you get all my content that I put out there because it's just so amazing, great, and the best content that you'll ever see out there. So anyways, also smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And like always, I'm uploading every day. So I will see you tomorrow. Peace.